Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing another EDC Las Vegas themed video. This is a series I started on my channel as we lead up into the festival. This is the second in the series. I already did one for first timers or beginners to EDC Las Vegas this year. There's a link below. Feel free to watch that if that's something that interests you. But today we're going to be doing just an in general frequently asked questions about the festival. I'm going to be going over some of the basics, things you should know going into this, and then just a little bit of advice and tips for you. I'll try and keep this quick. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them and comment down below. I'm more than happy to help you out if I don't cover something in this video. But let's get started. First and foremost, the hours of the festival. It's June 16th, 17th, and 18th, and it's from 7 p.m. till 5:30 in the morning, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's a very long night. Obviously, you can tell by the hours of the festival. I like to get there early just to see what's new. The shuttles, if you're doing shuttles or you're driving, you can typically expect to wait in traffic anywhere from like 45 minutes to 2 hours, depending on when you want to leave for the festival. I suggest leaving no later than 7:30. I usually try and get on my shuttle by 7. And then in the past, I've ended up getting there around like 8 or 8:30. This year, the Insomniac shuttles are the only ones that are going to be able to cut through the Air Force Base that's in Las Vegas. So they get to basically take a shortcut to get you to the festival faster. And in the past, third-party shuttle services were able to cut through this shortcut as well. And this year, I believe that they are not. So if you are still thinking about transportation, I highly suggest buying the 3-day shuttle passes. There's several stops throughout the strip. I think maybe 1 or 2 of them are sold out at this point. But the positive thing, which I know is asked a lot, is can you switch your shuttles throughout the night? From my experience, going there, you need to take the shuttle that you have on your pass, but coming home, you can jump on any shuttle that you want. So that's really, really convenient. I know some of them, I think the MGM shuttle shuts down for a couple of hours, but you are able to jump on any shuttle going home. They just want to get you home safely, so keep that in mind. I know that gets asked a lot. There's either tents covering it outside, so when you're waiting online, you're not standing there in like the heat, and there are water refill stations at the shuttle stops before. So if you have a Camelback or a water bottle and you want to fill up for the ride, they had those last year at the Las Vegas Village, which is where I'm going to be going out of again this year. So keep that in mind. As far as entry into the festival, I talked about this a little bit in my last video, but it's pretty easy to go through. I believe security is the first stop, but I heard that this year they might be checking before the shuttles, so just keep that in mind. But your Camelbacks need to be emptied before you go in, and obviously if you're bringing in any items, they need to be completely sealed, so gum, chapstick, baby wipes, whatever it is that you might want to bring in, they have to be an unopened package. If you are somebody that wants to protect your ears, I highly suggest buying earbuds. I just had some at Ultra, and I've been to way too many shows. My hearing is probably so damaged already, but I personally like to bring earbuds just to protect my ears. It can be very, very loud at this festival. And then once you are through security, you'll get to the next checkpoint, which is where they just scan your ticket. It's usually a wristband. I'm hoping they do that again this year. It makes it so much easier. You put it on once, you can't take it off, keep it on the whole weekend. You don't want to like risk losing it or breaking it or anything. So you'll get that in the mail, hopefully very soon. Hopefully tickets go smoothly this year. And then once you're in, there are several different things that I would suggest doing. There are tons of water refill tents throughout the festival. I am personally bringing a Camelback, so my group likes to head to the water tents first to fill up. There's food stands throughout the festival. They have tons of different things, so feel free to eat something. My favorite personally is like the smoothie bars, and they have like fresh squeezed juice, which is a lifesaver. It's so hot there, so I always get like a lemonade or an orange juice at some point. It's just so good. But another note, so the weather obviously in Las Vegas is very, very hot. At night, it's still upwards of like 100 degrees. So people will be in little to no clothing, and that's just what you have to do to beat the heat. It's very, very hot, so drink a lot of water, Gatorades, Powerades, whatever you need to keep yourself hydrated throughout the night. There is also a general store in the festival, so if there's anything that you forget to bring in or something you might need, they have a lot of those items there. So gum, they have like fully stocked candy, which I love. So you can buy like all types of candy there. I'm pretty sure they said they have like flip-flops, eye drops, things like that. So if you do forget something, or you might need any kind of medical help, or you need eye drops or ear protection, they should have it in the general store there. So look out for that. There are locker rentals at EDC. So if you are a person that is probably going to be carrying a lot of stuff in and you just don't want to have it on you, definitely recommend doing a locker. You can leave stuff overnight, which is great. So if that's something, I did that at EDC New York last year because it was really cold, so I left jackets in there. But there are cell phone chargers in the lockers, so if that interests you, feel free to rent one. So as far as set times, last year, something that I loved that Insomniac does is they have less artists playing because their set times are longer. So people played about an hour and 15 minutes or an hour and a half, depending on which artist it was. And that my group just absolutely loved, because I feel like an hour just goes so fast, and that those extra 15 minutes or that extra half an hour really allows an artist to make an even better set and an experience for you. So keep in mind that the sets should be longer. Also really helpful because there's going to be a lot of conflicting artists. You're going to have so many of your favorite people playing at the same time. We were easily able to do like 45 minutes at one and then 45 minutes at another. It's a very big venue, but you will be able to kind of like see one or two artists, and that's another really great thing about the longer set times. So definitely don't panic or get worried if you have two of your favorite artists playing at the same time. It's gonna happen, but you can definitely make it work by running around to the different stages. One of the best parts of EDC Las Vegas are the amazing fireworks. They happen every single night. I believe around 1:15 or 1:30 in the morning. It's like somewhere right in there. You can't miss it. Everything pretty much stops. All the sets kind of halt. The sky lights up, the electric sky lights up, and you can see it from everywhere. There are definitely some of my favorite spots are like the top of the bleachers. If you want to walk up there to watch, it's incredible. Over Base Pod, I was in Circuit Grounds last year for it, but you might just need to like just sit down, just enjoy the show. It's unreal. Seriously, no fireworks will ever compare in your entire life to this show. So look forward to that every single night around the same time. It's impossible to miss, so you will see it. If you've done festivals before, you obviously know this, but wear closed-toed shoes, comfortable shoes. You're going to be dancing for hours on end. I personally don't like to wear new pairs of shoes just because I don't want to get any blisters or anything, and I want to be comfortable. But just keep in mind, closed-toed shoes, it's the easiest way to go. Don't do any sandals, any high heels, girls. Don't do that. But yeah, just really try and be comfortable with your outfits. Check your outfits beforehand. Try things on so that nothing will break. I know I personally make like rave bras, and I make a lot of my outfits, so I definitely test them out beforehand. And you want to make sure that you're going to be comfortable dancing throughout the entire night, so I suggest comfy shoes and check your outfits before the festival. For any information that you possibly think you're going to need, the Insomniac app will update to be EDC Las Vegas a little bit closer to the festival. I think it's Middlelands right now. So everything you need from map, where food is, where water tents are, set times, artists playing, all that is going to be in the app. It's really helpful. I believe set times go up the week of the festival. I don't think it's any earlier than that. And same thing with the map. But yeah, look to the app. Definitely download it. It's free. and that'll kind of give you your guide to everything. And they'll also post the set times on all forms of social media as well, so you can look there. As far as cell service, you probably are going to have none. I haven't had great experience in the past with it, so I usually just turn my phone on airplane mode. You don't want to be on your phone the whole time anyway. You want to be enjoying the experience with your friends or by yourself. So, you know, to save your cell phone battery, I invested in a Mophie case, like a little traveling case to charge my phone throughout the day. But like I said, locker rentals have phone chargers, and then I believe they might have like charging stations throughout the festival as well if you really need. But expect to have little to no cell phone service because that, you know, you're in the middle of the desert. So it doesn't, it's very spotty. It's really, really spotty. There are ATMs at the festival if you need to take out any cash at any point. I usually bring about like $50 to $60 a day. I don't really drink too much, and I bought a Camelback so I don't have to keep buying waters, but I like to buy, you know, candy or little treats or food here and there. It's a long night, and you know, you're in for the long haul. So for me, not buying alcohol, that's a big one that you're gonna blow your cash on. I only need like $50 to $60 a day, and I usually don't even spend that much money anyway. But if you're somebody that's gonna be drinking or eating a lot, you might need to bring a little bit more, but don't worry, there are ATMs in case you need extra cash. So that's it for the fact part of this. I'm going to give you guys just a little bit of advice from my experience at this festival. I'm kind of going to call this like a learn from my mistakes section of this video because I've made many, and I want you guys to have the absolute best experience that you can have there. So these are some of my stories and things I suggest to have the absolute best time at this festival. I highly, highly suggest eating a very filling meal before you go to the festival. We usually like to do like a really big dinner before we go so that we're good through the night, stay hydrated. And, you know, if you're on more of a budget, definitely like buy some groceries at the store there, and you can eat in your hotel room to save some cash. That's definitely something that we've done before too. You know, if you want to pregame a little bit, do that beforehand. Just, you know, be careful, don't overdo it. I bought a Camelback because I go to a lot of these festivals. So I personally really, really suggest them. It's the best thing to do. Just have it on your back. You get the free refills. It's so, so hot there. I'm constantly drinking water throughout the night, and it definitely saves me money. They have Insomniac canteen bottles if you want to purchase one of those and keep refilling it. You can also just buy a water bottle and refill it, but then you got to hold it the whole night. So completely up to you, but if you're a newbie or something, I suggest looking into Camelback backpacks to keep you hydrated the whole night. EDC is full of Carnival Rides. You're going to see them throughout the festival. I personally don't go on any of them besides the Ferris wheel, but I just wanted to make a note real quick. You're going to see the lines start to grow as the festival goes on, and it can be kind of like daunting and intimidating, and you don't want to waste all your time waiting on these lines. So just know there's like a couple of them throughout the festival. So I think there were like 4 or 5 Ferris wheels last year. So if one has a horrible line, definitely walk to another one. They're kind of scattered throughout, so you never know. You might have better luck at another one. So I would suggest maybe kind of like spreading it out and going early. That's obviously another one. As far as bathrooms, there are porta potties throughout the festival. They definitely do a good job of having enough of them. With anything, they get grosser as the night and as the weekend goes on. For girls, I personally either would bring in sealed baby wipes into the festival so you have something the whole night, or in the very beginning of the night, we just grab like a whole bunch of toilet paper and put it in our fanny packs to keep with us the whole night. You know, it's just going to be a lifesaver. They're going to run out of like Purell. They're going to run out of all that stuff, and you're just going to be feeling gross. So definitely kind of pre-prepare yourself a little bit and do what you got to do to stay sanitary, because that's just like the grossest part out of all these festivals. I'm prone to getting lost at festivals. I like to run off, and I just don't know what happens. I wander. I'm a wanderer, and my group always ends up losing me which can be extremely scary at these festivals. I got lost the last 2 years, and it's not a good experience. So I can definitely tell you 2 things that I learned to do. One, since you're not really gonna have great cell phone service, pick a meeting spot at the beginning of the night, especially if you're with like a huge group of like 20 people or 15 people. Pick a meeting spot and it'll just always be your place to go back to. Ever in a crowd and you need to leave, for example, when I needed to leave to go to the bathroom during Tiesto, which was the dumbest thing I could have ever done. What we realized is instead of just standing in the crowd, we went up to a group who had like a really cool totem, and we asked them to stay still for 10 minutes. And I went with my buddy. I never go alone anywhere. I'm always with a buddy, usually. Ran to the bathroom, and I was able to find them like that because they were standing under this very like specific totem. So that's another thing. Usually people are more than welcome to help you out and say like, of course, we'll stand here and wait until your friend comes back. So that's another way, especially when you're in like a huge crowd at main stage or circuit grounds. Definitely maybe like stand next to someone with a totem or kind of latch onto another group. It's just so much easier to find each other that way. And I think that's pretty much all I've got for you. I would just definitely say have fun, be flexible with your schedule. Things are gonna happen. I mean, I'm a planner. I'm gonna probably plan out every set that I want to see beforehand now that the artists are released. But when you get there, it's like a whole different ball game. You're gonna want to do a million things. So I suggest kind of just going with the flow, being flexible with your schedule, and trying new things, seeing new people. I hope that this video was helpful for you guys. Again, please feel free to leave me any questions. I'm more than happy to answer. If you can, give this video a like and subscribe. I'm going to be doing a couple more EDC Las Vegas videos leading up to the festival, so you have those to look out for. And please follow me on Instagram. You can chat and say what's up. It's at Emma Capotis. So I hope you have the best time ever in Vegas. It's a life-changing experience. You're going to absolutely love it. And I will talk to you guys next time in the next video. Thanks so much for watching.